Well, you think what you want about me. I'm not changing. I like me.
I sat down to make a top 10 best movies of 2025. I couldn't do it. Not because I didn't watch enough movies. Not because I didn't try. But because there weren't 10 films this year that I could honestly stand behind. So instead of forcing a list I don't believe in, this video is about the only 5 movies from 2025 that I actually enjoyed or respected in some way. And honestly, that says everything. Before we start, let me be clear. This isn't rage bait. This isn't anti-film. And this isn't me pretending everything is terrible for attention. I love movies. I always have. That's exactly why 2025 was such a disappointment. This year felt like an endless ocean of mid. Safe, bland, overproduced films that cared more about messaging, algorithms or franchises than telling a strong story or creating a memorable experience. So no top 10, no padding, no honourable mentions. Just 5 films. 3 I genuinely liked. 2 that surprised me enough to earn a spot. That's it. Number 5 is Thunderbolts. And let me be honest, this surprised me. My expectations were low. Very low. But for the first time in a while, a Marvel movie actually felt like it had some character chemistry and some awareness of its own tone. Is it formulaic? Yes. Is it still corporate? Absolutely. Does it reinvent anything? Not even close. But I didn't feel insulted while watching it, and in 2025, that already puts it ahead of a lot of competition. I didn't love this movie, but I didn't regret my time either. That's why it lands at number 5. A low bar, but an honest one. Number 4 is Caught Stealing. This is one of those films that quietly reminds you what a solid mid-budget movie can look like when it's actually allowed to exist. It's tighter, smaller, more focused, no universe building, no heavy-handed lecturing, just a story that knows what it wants to be. Is it amazing? No. Is it unforgettable? Probably not. But it's competently made, restrained, and doesn't talk down to the audience. At this point, that feels almost refreshing. Number 3 is John Candy, I Like Me. This one genuinely surprised me in the best way. There's a warmth to this documentary that feels increasingly rare. It isn't cynical, it isn't chasing controversy, it isn't trying to reshape someone's legacy to fit a modern narrative. It just lets John Candy be John Candy. Funny, human, flawed, generous. Watching this reminded me why people fell in love with movies in the first place. Not for spectacle or messaging, but for connection. This film has heart, and that goes a long way in a year where so much felt hollow. Number 2 is Frankenstein. This is a flawed movie, let's get that out of the way, but it's also one of the few films this year that actually tried to be something. It takes risks, it leans into atmosphere, it respects the Gothic roots instead of sanding everything down to be safe and inoffensive. Not every choice works, but I'll take ambition over repetition every single time. I would rather watch a movie that stumbles while reaching for something meaningful than another perfectly polished, completely forgettable product. That's why this sits at number 2. Number 1, and this was never really in doubt for me, is F1. This is what cinema is supposed to feel like. The sound design, the pacing, the immersion. It trusts its audience. It lets moments breathe. It understands spectacle without drowning the story in noise. More importantly, it knows when to get out of its own way. Watching this reminded me why I still go to the cinema. Not out of habit, but for experiences that actually justify the big screen. In a weak year, this stood tall. And that's the list. 5 movies, not 10, not even 8, just 5. And if that bothers some people, that's fine. But I don't think pretending 2025 was a great year for film helps anyone. We don't get better movies by applauding mediocrity. We don't improve cinema by lowering standards. And we don't have honest conversations when every year magically becomes one of the best. This year wasn't. If you love 2025 movies, genuinely, I'm glad you did. But for me, this year was thin, frustrating, and forgettable outside of a handful of exceptions. If you appreciate honest takes instead of algorithm-safe lists, consider subscribing, and let me know in the comments. Did I miss something? Or did this year feel as empty to you as it did to me? Thanks for watching.